Most diesel owners believe their engines are indestructible, built like tanks that can run forever. And honestly, they're not entirely wrong. Diesel engines are tough, powerful, and made to last. But here's what most mechanics won't tell you. 7 out of 10 diesel engine failures happen because of simple bad maintenance habits, not because of poor design or factory defects. Your diesel was built to last at least 500,000 miles if you take care of it properly. Yet many of them barely make it past 80,000 miles before major problems show up. The difference between a short-lived diesel and one that runs forever? It all comes down to 7 small habits that cost almost nothing, but can save you thousands of dollars in the long run. In this video, we're going to break down those 7 powerful habits that can help your diesel engine last up to 300,000 miles or more. That's around 480,000 kilometers. And make sure you stick around till the end because habit number 5 alone can save you from one of the most expensive diesel repairs out there. So, let's dive in. Habit number 1, change your transmission fluid. It's not lifetime. This is the one habit most diesel owners completely forget about until it's too late. Many car manufacturers today claim that transmission fluid lasts for the lifetime of the vehicle. But that's one of the most misleading pieces of advice ever given. The truth is, no diesel operates under perfect or laboratory conditions. You're driving in stop-and-go traffic, towing heavy loads, dealing with extreme heat or cold, or driving on dusty roads. All of that breaks down transmission fluid much faster than factory tests suggest. Your transmission fluid doesn't just help gears shift, it also cools and lubricates the system. And in diesel trucks, that fluid works even harder because diesel engines produce massive torque at low RPMs. When you ignore transmission maintenance, that fluid starts turning into a mix of varnish and metal dust, basically liquid sandpaper. That leads to slipping, harsh shifting, and eventually complete transmission failure. Even the best synthetic fluids wear out after a while. So here's what smart diesel owners do. For automatic transmissions, drain and refill the fluid every 60,000 miles. For manual transmissions, replace the gear oil every 60,000 to 100,000 miles. For CVTs, follow your manufacturer's interval, usually 30,000 to 60,000 miles. And always use the exact fluid type your manufacturer recommends. Cutting corners here is a fast way to kill your transmission. Habit number 2, take care of your turbocharger system. Almost every modern diesel engine is turbocharged, and that's where many owners make their biggest mistakes. Your turbocharger spins at up to 200,000 RPM and reaches temperatures over 1,800 FF. That's hotter than molten lava. So yes, it's tough, but it also needs special care to survive. The number 1 mistake diesel owners make, turning off the engine right after heavy driving. When you shut off a hot engine, the oil flow stops instantly, but the turbo keeps spinning for a few seconds. With no oil moving through it, the bearings inside the turbo literally cook themselves. That's how turbos die young. Here's the simple fix. After highway driving, towing, or hard acceleration, let your diesel idle for 30 to 90 seconds before turning it off. This cool-down period allows the oil to circulate and safely carry away the heat. Even if your vehicle has a water-cooled turbo, this short idle time helps the coolant and oil remove that leftover heat more effectively. And remember, always use the right oil grade and viscosity recommended by your manufacturer. Turbos are extremely sensitive to oil quality. Cheap oil or skipping oil changes will destroy those tiny bearings fast, and turbo replacements can easily cost $1,500 to $3,000 or more. One more thing, avoid using the auto start-stop system all the time. Constantly shutting down and restarting your engine can shorten turbo life, especially during hot weather or heavy driving. A little patience and good oil make a huge difference in keeping your turbo healthy for years. Habit number 3, replace your fuel filters every 10,000 to 15,000 miles. Your diesel's fuel system is like its heart, and your fuel filter is what keeps that heart clean. Modern diesel fuel often contains biodiesel blends, small amounts of water, and microscopic dirt particles that can destroy injectors in just a few miles. If your fuel filter gets clogged, your high-pressure fuel pump has to work much harder, and when that pump fails, it usually takes your entire fuel injection system with it. That means thousands of dollars in repairs. Here's what you should do. Replace your primary fuel filter every 10,000 to 15,000 miles. And if you ever notice hard starts, loss of power, or black smoke, don't wait. Change the filters immediately. A $40 filter change can prevent a $5,000 repair bill. Also, don't forget about water in diesel fuel. It's one of the biggest hidden killers. Make it a habit to drain your fuel water separator once a month. If you find water showing up often, it's time to check where you're buying your fuel. Cheap or poorly maintained stations often have water or sediment buildup in their storage tanks. Your fuel filter isn't just keeping out dirt, it's protecting a $3,000 injection system that runs at pressures over 30,000 psi. Treat it with care, and it'll protect your engine for the long haul. Habit number 4, change engine oil every 5,000 to 6,500 miles. Here's one of the biggest myths in diesel maintenance. The idea that you can go 10,000 to 15,000 miles between oil changes because the manual says so. In reality, that's one of the easiest ways to ruin a diesel engine early. C. Diesel engines don't burn as clean as gas engines. They naturally create soot during combustion, and that soot mixes into your oil. Over time, it turns your oil into something like liquid sandpaper, grinding away at internal engine parts. Even with high-end filters, soot builds up faster than you think, and once it does, your bearings, rings, and turbo seals start wearing down. That's why most experienced diesel mechanics, the ones who actually rebuild these engines, say the real safe limit for oil changes is no more than 6,500 miles, no matter what your owner's manual says. Why the difference? Manufacturers advertise long oil intervals to make ownership look cheaper during the warranty period, but they don't care what happens once the warranty ends. That's when the expensive failures begin. A $100 oil change every few months can prevent a $10,000 engine rebuild later. So don't gamble with extended oil intervals. Fresh oil is your engine's best protection. Also, always use high-quality oil with the correct diesel rating, like CJ4 or CK4, depending on your engine. Cheap oil or stretching oil changes too long is a fast way to destroy your turbo bearings, one of the most expensive repairs you can face. Habit number 5, service your cooling system regularly. Now this one might surprise you, but your cooling system is just as important as your oil system. Diesel engines run hotter, work harder, and operate under heavier loads than gasoline engines, and when they overheat, the damage happens fast. Your coolant doesn't just prevent overheating, it also protects against corrosion, lubricates the water pump, and helps control engine temperature under extreme loads. Over time, coolant becomes acidic and loses its protective chemicals. That's when it starts eating away at radiators, water pumps, and even head gaskets. To prevent that, flush your coolant every 2 to 3 years, or about 30,000 to 40,000 miles, whichever comes first. Also, don't wait for warning lights to check your coolant. Make it a habit to check your coolant level once a month. Diesel engines are far less forgiving of heat. Even a few minutes of overheating can warp cylinder heads or blow head gaskets. If your engine's temperature ever spikes suddenly, pull over and shut it off immediately. 1 minute of overheating can lead to months of costly repairs. Keep your cooling system clean, your coolant fresh, and your diesel will thank you every mile. Habit number 6, always use good quality diesel fuel. Here's something many diesel owners don't realize. Not all diesel fuel is created equal. Low quality or dirty diesel can quietly destroy your engine from the inside out. Diesel fuel acts as both a power source and a lubricant for your injection system. When you buy cheap or contaminated fuel, you're not just losing performance, you're also risking clogged injectors, worn-out pumps, and even internal corrosion. Modern diesel engines, especially ones with high-pressure fuel systems, need clean, moisture-free diesel to perform well. Even a small amount of water or dirt in the fuel can cause serious injector damage, and injectors aren't cheap. That's why you should always fill up at trusted, high-traffic fuel stations. Busy truck stops often have cleaner fuel because their tanks get refilled often, meaning less time for water or algae to form inside. Also, avoid running your tank too low. When the fuel level drops, it can pull in dirt and water from the bottom of the tank, sending that junk straight into your filters and injectors. If your area has changing temperatures or humidity, consider using diesel additives. They can prevent fuel gelling in winter and stop algae buildup in warm, humid weather. Spending a few extra bucks on better fuel and additives now can save you thousands in injector and pump repairs later. Habit number 7. Don't ignore your air filter. Think of your diesel engine like an athlete. It needs to breathe clean air to perform its best. But if your air filter is clogged, your engine starts suffocating. That leads to poor fuel economy, black smoke, and excessive soot buildup in your oil and turbo. Over time, a neglected air filter lets fine dust particles slip through, and those act like tiny blades, wearing out your turbo fins and engine cylinders. That's why mechanics recommend checking your air filter every 10,000 miles and replacing it if it looks dark, dusty, or damaged. If you drive in dusty or off-road environments, check it even more often, maybe once a month. A clean air filter doesn't just protect your engine, it helps it run smoother, gives better throttle response, and even improves MPG slightly. And if you're using an aftermarket high-flow filter, make sure it's properly oiled and sealed, otherwise it might let in more dust than it blocks. Your air filter is one of the cheapest parts on your diesel, yet one of the most important for long-term life. Now let's wrap this up with a quick reminder. Your diesel engine can easily last 500,000 miles or more if you treat it right. But if you ignore small habits, it can die before it even reaches 100,000 miles. So here's a quick recap of the 7 diesel-saving habits every owner should follow. Change your transmission fluid regularly. It's not lifetime fluid. Replace it every 60,000 miles to prevent harsh shifts in transmission failure. Take care of your turbocharger. Always let your engine idle for 30 to 90 seconds after driving hard. That short pause keeps your turbo cool and healthy. Replace fuel filters often. Every 10,000, 15,000 miles, swap them out to protect your high-pressure fuel system from water and debris. Change engine oil sooner than the manual says. Don't wait 10,000 or 15,000 miles. Change it around 6,000. Diesel oil gets dirty faster, and clean oil means longer life. Service your cooling system on time. Flush your coolant every 30,000, 40,000 miles, and check levels monthly. Overheating can destroy a diesel faster than anything else. Use top-quality fuel and additives. Cheap diesel causes big problems. Use trusted stations and add a good fuel treatment every oil change. Replace your air filter every 15,000 miles sooner if you drive in dust. Clean air keeps your engine breathing strong and smooth. When you follow these 7 simple habits, you're not just maintaining your diesel, you're protecting an investment that can last for decades. And here's the truth. Diesel engines don't just die, they're slowly killed by neglect. But with the right care, yours can run like new, even after 300,000 miles or more. So make these checks part of your monthly routine. It only takes minutes, but it can save you thousands of dollars in repairs and give you the peace of mind that your diesel is always ready for the road. If this video helped you, go ahead and hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. And if you want more simple, mechanic-backed tips to keep your diesel running strong, subscribe and turn on the bell so you never miss a video that could save you money. Thanks for watching, and take care of that diesel. It'll take care of you for years to come.